I'm going to read Matthew 25, starting at the 31st verse. And when you get it, say amen.
Amen.
If you don't have it, say hold up. 31.
Amen.
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 May we stand for the reading of the word, not for me, but for the reading of the word. Amen. I'm going to read out of the Fire Bible, and I'm starting at the 31st verse. And it says, when the Son of Man came in his glory, and all the angels with him, there he will sit on the throne. Before him will be gathered all the nations, and he will separate the people one from another, as the shepherd separates the sheep from the goat. And he will place the sheep on the right, but the goats on the left. Then the king will say to those on the right, come ye who are blessed by my Father's inherit the kingdom prepared for you from the foundation of the world. 35. For I was hungry, and you gave me food. I was thirsty, and you gave me a drink. I was a stranger, and you welcomed me in. I was naked, and you clothed me. I was sick and in prison, and you visited me. Then the righteous will answer him, saying, Lord, when did we see you hungry and fed you, or thirsty and gave you a drink? And when did we see you a stranger and welcome you in, or naked and clothe you? And when did we see you sick or in prison and visit you? And the king will answer them, truly, I say to you, as you did it to one of my least of my little ones, my brother, you did it unto me.
Amen.
Then he will say to those on the left, depart from me, cursed into eternity fire, prepared for the devil and his angels. For I was hungry, and you gave me no food. I was thirsty, you gave me no drink. I was a stranger, and you did not welcome me. Naked, and you did not clothe me. Sick and in prison, and you did not visit me. Then they all will answer, saying, Lord, when did we see you hungry, thirsty, or a stranger, or naked, or sick in prison, and did not minister to you? Then he answered him, saying, truly, 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 I say to you, as you did not do it to one of my least ones, you did it unto me. And those will go away and enter into punishment, but the righteous enter into life.
Amen.
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 I said a whole lot right there. I shouldn't even really have to say that. That was a mouthful right there. Was that a mouthful right there? It spoke for itself, didn't it? Because who's speaking in it? Jesus is speaking. Jesus is speaking. A mouthful right there. Let the church say amen. Well, you may be seated. If I had to put a theme on it, I would talk about the sheep and the goat. But I also listen to that song because it falls on whose side are you on.
Yes.
So you're either a sheep or you're a goat. Whose side are you on? First, give honor to my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ, to apostle, pulpit conductor, to all the ministers, and the whole household of faith. Matthew is the author and the writer of this book. He is one of the 12 disciples. Matthew's name means gift of Yahweh. Have you really actually searched your name to see what your name really means? Because now these people get names that you can't even spell. By the time you spell it, you got to break it down into 5 to 6 syllables. You got to just break it down. Because nowadays we're giving these kids names that Shakana da da da. How you spell Shakana da da da? You know what I'm saying? You got to break it down so you get to where you're going. So have you really actually just search your name to see what your name means? Y'all ain't search your name. She said Rosa Sharon. Anybody else ever just see what your name was? meant what your name meant. But Matthew's name meant a gift of Yahweh. Matthew was a tax collector who left everything to follow Christ.
All right.
How many of us will actually leave everything to follow Christ?
Come on.
Leave everything behind to follow Christ. When I say everything, that means your wife, your husband, your kids, your when you leave everything, see, when you leave everything that you got to follow Christ, then you are one of them ones that are showing up, sold out Christian. So we want to be a shown up, sold out Christian. So I'm going to drop some things that I got to get rid of in order to get that connection that I'm looking for. So are you willing just to lay down this old things that we used to do? These old ways that we had, all these old habits that we had. Because when we lay them down and give them over to God, we don't go back and pick them up. The only way they come back is you bring them back.
Amen.
He said, I threw it in the sea of forgiveness. It'll never rise again. We bring our own stuff back up. That old nature began to kindle up because somebody said boo the wrong way. But if you ask God to take boo out of your mouth, then that ain't going to kindle up no more. When you get rid of something, place it with something spiritual. Don't leave it empty, because if you leave it empty and void, what's going to get in? Can I get amen? Amen? If you leave it empty and void, what's going to get in? Okay? In Matthew 24:21, it says great tribulations is either, this book is really dealing with that. The deep trouble and the deep suffering. God wants us as Christians, the true church, to keep preaching the gospel of the kingdom. That means we can't stop what we're doing. We can't be half in and half out. Either we're going to serve you all the way or we ain't going to serve you at all. Because it says, I spit you out. I'm not dealing with no lukewarm prick. I want all of you. And if he can't get all of you, you done messed up. He wants all of you from the top of your head to the crown, all the way down. I don't want part of you. Because that part will keep you from coming to Sunday school. That part will keep you from being on the prayer line. That part will keep you from coming in and worshiping God. That part will shut you down because you ain't got enough to cover over what God is trying to give you because he done took total control. See, one going to get more than the other. Who you going to serve this day? Are you going to be a sheep or you going to be a goat?
That's right. There it is. That's it.
Okay. Okay. Thank you, Lord. Thank you. Jesus is using this as a parable. Jesus is using this as a parable to explain of a shepherd who separates his sheep and the goat so they can understand the judgment will be like. It's a parable. He comes like he'll speak to you in a parable sometime. And he's letting the shepherd know these are some things that got to be done. The separation. See, it's saying that the wheat and the tare go together and God will do the separating? Yes. He's talking about these sheep and these goats, one on the left hand and one on the right hand. Somebody ain't going to make it in.
That's it.
It says choose this day who you going to serve. Christians will be judged for his talent. Somebody can run it with me for 25 verse 14 and 15. It talks about the talents. You're going to be judged. Christians will be judged for their talent. If somebody got that, could they read that for me? 25, 14, and 15? Matthew?
For the kingdom of heaven is as a man traveling into a foreign country, who called his own servants and delivered unto them his goods. And to one he gave 5 talents, to another 2, and to another 1, to every man according to his several ability, and straightway took his journey.
So he gave those talents according to what?
Our ability.
Our ability. So if he give you the talent, what you going to do with it? Because if you don't use what God give you, what you'll do? It's a waste. Now, God giving it, you sure not going to use it because man didn't give it to you. Because when God gives you something, he give it to you right. But when man you will lose it. And we got a lot of talent in here that people are just shut down on it. Shut down on what God has for you to do. Don't shut down on God. He's giving it. It's going to be a time you're going to be begging before He's going to say, baby, what you do with it? I gave it to you. What you do with it? You did like the dog when he done that do the bones and you start digging and put his bone down there and you don't want nobody. What you do with it? What you do with what I gave you? You didn't use it. Then you come back begging, Lord, I want to know how to do what you done. He'll snatch it right away from you. Christians are going to be judged according to their tongues. I tell you, on this day of judgment, people will give account for every careless word that they speak. That's Matthew 12:36. Every careless word that you speak. Then he said, my thoughts are not your thoughts. You're going to be judged for your thoughts. For he is like one who is in inward, eating and drinking, he says to you, but his heart is not far away. You can sit and eat and drink, but your heart's somewhere else. Brothers, you can sit at the table with me, eat and drink, but your heart is somewhere else. Are y'all getting it? No, eat at the same table. Talking about the goodness of God and how He has done it. And your heart way over there in Mississippi somewhere. Your heart is when I leave here today, I'm going to see how I'm going to get that breakfast, that dinner. My heart is when I go home, I got to do this and this and this because I got to get ready for the club. Because they do have clubs on Sunday nights.
That's right.
I know because I've been there. That's the only time I really club was on a Sunday night. But get on Saturday and Sunday and get up on a Sunday and come in here just as toe up as I'm going to be when I was coming up. But God laid His hands on me. He changed me. He rearranged me. He elevated me. He lifted me up. He changed my name so many times and He ain't through yet. Oh, shucks. He's so worthy to be praised. That thought was in Proverbs 23:7. Christians are going to be judged according to their testimony. If you be ashamed of me, I'll be ashamed of you. Minister Jewel said she was being transparent. See, all of us got some things that we need to get off of us. Don't be afraid of your testimony. Do not be afraid of your testimony. If you was a drink, you was drinking. You was whatever you was, don't be ashamed. Because when God gets through with you, you're going to come out like pure gold. Because see, God will take a drunk, clean him up, turn him around, place his foot on the solid ground, and he'll preach like he ain't never preached before. Why? Because he was a willing vessel. He was willing to be changed. He was willing to be clean. He was willing to be rearranged. Don't count nobody out. Oh my God. Christians will be judged given according to tithing. Ooh, I done messed up. Malachi. Will a man rob God? Be honest with yourself, but we're robbing God. And I'm not even talking about money, I'm talking about in general.
That's right.
Or are we really in here sold out?
Praise you, Father God.
Because you can't add to this and you can't take it away. And whatever's in here in the Bible is true. Are we robbing Him? Are we giving Him all of us? Are we giving Him all of our time? Or do I want to be one of them persons that church started at 10:15, I want to come at 10:30? Because if I come at 10:30, they're not going to ask me to do nothing because I'm already here. Because I'm just now coming to the door. And they already started. Well, when God has something for you to do, you're going to do it. I don't care if you come at 11:45, nothing. They won't say who's in or who's out. I'm going to turn it at 8:30. So when I turn in, I know they're already praying, so I'm not going to interrupt the prayer. But God knows all.
Yes, he does. Oh, yeah.
Oh, y'all better stop. Okay. In 1 Corinthians 4 and 5,
Come on.
it says, therefore judge not before the time until the Lord comes, who both will bring the light, the hidden things of darkness, and will make manifest of the counsel for every heart, and them every man or woman should praise God. If you let him. If you don't let him, he ain't going to do it. But if you let him, like some things that's hidden in us.
Come on. That's true.
What I got, you might not got. What you got, I might not got. But the God that we serve, he's able.
Oh,
Yes,
yeah.
he is.
He'll erase all that off of us.
Yes, he will.
But the key thing is, if you let him. See, the song say Jesus can work it out if you let him. If you ain't going to let him, he ain't going to work it out. If you got your hands on it, he ain't going to work it out. You got to give it all to him. He said, I surrender all, give it all to him. Give it all to him. Not half.
That's it.
Give it all.
Amen.
The judgment. This judgment likely occurred after the tribulations of Christ's physical return, earth before the beginning of his earthly realm. Matthew 16 and 27 says, for the Son of Man shall come in his glory, and his Father, which is angels, and his angels shall renew every according to his works. Oh my gosh. You put nothing in, you get nothing out. He said, every man according to his works.
Mm-hmm.
Are you working for him?
Yes.
Are you truly working for him? Because if you're working for him, you'll let nothing separate you from the love of God. You'll let nothing stop you from the love of God. You will go if you got to go. If you got to go by yourself, you're going to go. If you got to preach, you got to preach. Whatever God has for you to do, you're going to do it because why? I want to give God the glory and the praise.
Amen.
And then I'm going to be held accountable for my works.
Amen.
If I ain't got no works, I ain't got to be held accountable for it.
Come on.
See, my works is outside this door too.
Amen.
When I go out there and I tell somebody about the goodness of God and all he has done, and the same time, we went to a young lady's house yesterday, I was sitting in the car, half asleep, and she looked up to me and she said, now I could have stayed in there asleep, but that was works that we had to do.
Amen.
So are we really doing our works that God is calling us to do? Are we going around feet, looking out? Are we praying? Are we giving a water to bottle of water to somebody? I mean, serious. Are we really doing the things that we should be doing for Christ? Nothing from nothing leaves nothing. I always hear Minister Ewell say, if you don't put nothing in, you can't get nothing out. If you go to a bank and try to withdraw, you know you ain't got nothing in there while you're going out.
That's right.
Why I'm going to your bank to get $25 out of this pipe? I'm just giving an example. And she said, why you get $25 on 5, that means I can't get nothing out, right? So if I don't put this food in here, see, if I don't take this food and put it in here, it can't come out. If I don't take this food and eat it well and do gurgitate, I got something to come up with. Because why? The Bible says study to show thyself approved.
That's
The
it.
word. That's the word.
That ain't what I said. That's what the word says. And as I'm studying to show myself approved, the more I study, the more hungry I get.
Yes.
Don't it get good?
Yes.
Y'all know that Tipsy Roll you be licking on to try to get to the last part? And last part is chocolate. Is it chocolate? Oh, okay. Well, I'm talking about the bubble gum one in. The one you be licking till trying to get to the... Okay, bubble gum. But its purpose will determine who is part of God's kingdom and who will be placed in eternal punishment. Choose this day.
This day.
This day. Who you gonna serve? Choose this day who you gonna serve. Are you gonna surrender all? Are you gonna commit? Are you both. You got both. Who has a relationship? I got a relationship. Y'all got a relationship with God?
Yeah.
Y'all got a relationship with God? Jesse used to say that thing, falling in love with Jesus is the best thing I ever done. Y'all know I love Apostle, don't you? But falling in love with Jesus,
Yes.
falling in love with Jesus is the best thing. Can y'all say that? Fall in love with Jesus? Y'all ain't convincing me that y'all done fell in love. Fall in love with Jesus is the best thing that ever happened. That ever happened to me. Man. Y'all know y'all can be held accountable for that, right? In the name of Jesus. Falling in love. See, he knows all, he sees all, and he hears all. That's the God we serve. So the separation going to come in here talking about separating the goat from the sheep. The judgment will be based on the outward works of love, kindness, joy, all these things that we have that we are going to be judged according to. There are some, the difference between a sheep and a goat. The personalities and behaviors are very, very different. They are not same in the spiritual realm. There are some sheep and there are some goats. The goats are always bumping heads with the authority because they don't want to hear nothing that got to line up with Christ. They're going to keep bumping their heads. And y'all know a goat probably, when he bumps his head, he probably bumps his over. You know what I'm saying? Because Apostle said a hard head make a soft ear. So you keep bumping your head. If the authority say, turn the light on, I'm a goat. I'm going to leave the light off. I'm going to do what I want to do.
That's right.
I'm hard-headed. I'm always just ramming my head into something that I shouldn't even run my head into. So are you. There are sheep and goats. Sheep love to produce fruit, good fruit. Love, joy, peace, kindness, patience, goodness, faithfulness, self-control. That's a good sheep. Because a good sheep gonna follow the fruits of the Spirit. And those things that I just gave you are the fruits of the Spirit. Sheep love to receive instructions. Sheep are humble. Sheep are obedient. Sheep are a true follower of Christ. They do everything they can do to follow Christ. But I'm going to leave you with this. Some Christians feel that they do enough just to get by. Oh my God. Some Christians feel they should do enough just to get by. Sunday Christian. Oh my God.
Tell the truth.
I'm just going to do enough to get by. Not knowing God see all. Hear all. Know all. But if I do this little bit, I'm going to do enough just to get by. I got a $4,000 check on a job, but I'm only going to get $40. So I'm doing enough just to get by. I'm going to pick up a piece of napkin off the floor, but I'm going to do enough just to get by. Oh, my God. Oh, Lord. I'm just going to do enough. I'm going to say that again. Some Christians feel like they should do just enough to get by. Just enough to get by. Some of them find out that they didn't even do enough. See, they think they're doing enough to get by, but when you look at it, they ain't even done enough. They only did a little bit, mama. A little bit of it. Just enough to get by. But when it comes down to that time and God speak to you, and you be like, well, I did this, I did that, I did this. How much did you do? Then you realize that you ain't did enough. Because when it talks about in here, when I was naked, did you clothe me? When I was thirsty, did you give me a drink? When I was in prison, did you come and see about me? It ain't got to be the prison bars. It can be prison in your own home. But did you come and see about me? Did you knock on my door and say, Lord, I just come to check on you? Lord, I didn't know if you need no food, but I bought you some food. But he said in his word, when did you do all this? When you did it to these of my little ones, you done it to me.
Yes.
Okay, y'all. Being a Christian and living a Christian life is not a job, it's a privilege.
Amen.
Always do more than what is expected of you to make it into the kingdom.
Amen.
So you're going to be the sheep or the goat. Choose this day which one you're going to be. Are you going to be the one to keep head button? Or you going to keep the one to keep following the fruits of the Spirit?
Thank you, Jesus.
Or you going to be the one that's going to give somebody a drink of water?
Come on.
Or you going to be the one to give somebody some clothes when they need something?
Yeah.
Or you going to be the one that just come in the building and sweep the floor if you got to?
Amen. Amen.
Oh my God. God is so good. I'm just like, they humble. The key thing is, a sheep is committed to the shepherd, to the authority. I'll let nothing separate me from the love of God. Whose side are you on? Choose this day whose side are you on. This day. Because God already told me we got some sheep in the house. And we got some goats in the house. God showed me that. We got some bumping heads with you. And some going on with you. Because if you're a sheep, you got to be a good follower. You can't be a good follower, you can't even be a leader.
That's right.
Can't do it. It's the word.
And he didn't tell me to say who it was, but God shows us on the spiritual realm who is who and who is not. We don't stay on these old rusty bending knees for nothing. Oh, mine ain't rusty. Apostles might be mine. But choose this day who you going to serve. Choose this day whose side are you on. Whose side are you on.
All right.
May the Lord have a blessing today.
Thank you, Father.
Because we do need to stand and choose this day. Amen.
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 Thank you, man. Thank you. Thank you.
He's real.
Yes, he is.
The doors of the church is open.